Shame, directed by Steve McQueen, starring Michael Fassbender and Carey Mulligan. It is a slow, cold, and heavy character study of a man tormented by his addictions. In this particular case, Brandon, played by Fassbender, is addicted to pornography, to masturbation, and sex. A particular form of sex, however, meaningless, detached sex, mostly with prostitutes and random girls. He never gets attached, he's never able to hold a meaningful relationship, and when he tries to, it goes horribly wrong and he quickly reverts to his old ways. He's very alone in all of this, and it's difficult to decipher him, whether he wants to stay that way or it's just that he is incapable of breaking that shell. The minimal plot of the film involves his younger sister, played by Mulligan, arriving unexpectedly in town and crashing at Brandon's place. Her arrival breaks his relative peace, breaks status quo, and disrupts his daily life, especially as the sister quickly meets Brandon's boss, and we learn that she's also having relationship issues, but completely different than her brother. Where he is unable to form bonds and attachments, she gets very needy and clingy, even after just one night with someone. Her presence in the apartment and the arguments that arise lead to things slowly boiling inside of Brandon. Now, as I said, the plot is just rudimentary in the film. It's much more focused on its central character, on exploring his mental state. And for that reason, the movie's central pillar is Michael Fassbender's performance. Fortunately, he does not disappoint. He manages to be somehow magnetic, while at the same time toning down the more open style of charisma that he often displays in other movies. You believe in his Brandon, you believe in the internal turmoil and the problems that he is facing. I think Carey Mulligan is also almost as good as he is, which shouldn't be a surprise really, because she's consistently excellent in everything I've seen her in. I also want to highlight the cinematography of the film. The way it's shot complements the tone of the story. Cold, washed out colors add to the hopelessness and bleakness of Brandon's situation. The movie does not shy away from nudity and being quite bold in what it shows, which I think fits the screenplay. And what impressed me the most is the filmmaker's courage to let a scene play out, to avoid cutting and show extended takes. There are multiple long single shots, single take scenes in the film that, because of that preserved continuity, feel much more real. It's like we're there with the characters, listening in to the real unscripted conversation, because that's mostly what those scenes are. Not flashy car chases or action pieces, they're just conversations, long uninterrupted ones. The dinner scene between Brandon and Marianne, their walk on the streets of New York, the couch argument between Brandon and his sister, they're all very organic and lifelike. And finally, I really enjoyed the ending, which, together with one of the first scenes of the film, serves as a bookend of sorts. It is also kind of open. It leaves something to the interpretation of the viewer, whether Brandon will find in himself the capacity to change, or will he again revert back to his old ways. That's up for debate. So to sum this all up, Shame is definitely not an easy watch and not a quick movie by any means. It's slow and deliberate and has singular focus, that focus being the central character. But I think Fassbender's performance and solid cinematography make it all work. Good movie.